Now that we have met our participant, we'll go straight to the question. And then the first person that will be asking question is Mr. Damilola. Damilola, we want us to tell us about your thought on this COVID-19 pandemic in Nigeria.
Well, I see it as a major crisis because it has caused a lot of places to close down. It has caused a global close down. Most people see this COVID-19 as a way that this government is using to make money with the elevated numbers, increasing numbers every day. But I want to tell people that this COVID-19 is real. My aunt called us recently that someone she knows tested positive for this virus. So I feel that most of us should try to start taking precautions if you've not done before. I would try to start following government regulations and try to start believing that this COVID-19 is a major crisis and it's here to stay for a while. So we should just make sure that we live by the regulations given to us by the government.
Thank you very much, Mr. Damilola. Now that he has told us that COVID-19 is really Nigeria, and then we should make sure that we align with the protocols given to us by Nigeria, I want to ask another Damilola this question. There is this protocol given to us as Nigeria by Nigeria Center for Disease Control that we should follow. Can you please tell us what are these protocols?
Okay, some of the protocols are social distancing by 2 meters or 6 feet. We should wear our nose masks, enable not to contract diseases, and we should just stay indoors for a while in order not to get contract diseases too.
Thank you very much. We should stay indoors. We should observe social distancing. We should wash our hands regularly. We should use our face mask, and we should not stay in a crowded environment. I believe we all are living by this protocol. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. And then Victoria, you have been asked to stay at home from school. Can you tell us how are you finding it? Are you finding it difficult or finding it easy studying at home?
Okay, first of all, I'd like to say that studying at home has been really difficult because online classes are not like physical classes. Like when teachers are sending voice notes and messages, I read them sometimes and sometimes I don't even understand. I can't, like I ask, but if their answers are not quite good enough or I don't understand, I can't really like that physical, I understand more when I'm seeing my teacher than when she's just sending me voices and all of that. And I know of some people that really they can't really cope with it because they don't have the access to all these online classes and all of that. And due to the fact that I can't really go to school, I can't really share with my friends and all of that, I'm just indoors. And it's not making me lazy and making me lag academically a lot. So it's really nothing like physical classes. It's not really beneficial to me.
Okay, thank you very much. That's one aspect of your life that is affected, but I want to ask Master Damilola, apart from the online classes that you are taking, what other things are you doing presently to cope with this pandemic?
I think this pandemic has given us a lot of free time and we can't be classes. There's still a lot of skills that we can acquire that will help us. Some even go with the courses or classes that we are taking. So I'm looking into a lot of things, a lot of programming languages. I'm also reading stuff that is in line with my class. But presently I'm learning animation and some other things. Animation may not go exactly with my course, but it's also a very useful skill that anybody can use anywhere. And I think we should all learn skills that may go with our course or can use at any time.
Thank you very much, Master Damilola. You have also explained the fact that there's other opportunity that you can get from this period of lockdown. Now, going to our sister Stephanie. Stephanie, will you say that the online classes are better than the physical classroom? And if yes or no, why?
I prefer physical classes because of my friends' opinions and everything, because sometimes the opinion may be different from what you will see online. And again, like she said, the voice note and everything is different from what you see, or the way the teacher will explain it physically, because you'll be able to ask the teacher or go and meet the teacher after class and ask the teacher questions and everything. And again, you will see your friends, and you will see your friends in school and everything, but you can't see your friends at home. It will be different from when you are video chatting or anything. So I prefer physical class.
All right, from our sister, you've heard it. She loves to be at the center of the action. She wants to see her friends. She wants to see her colleague. Anyway, I believe that we all have our choices. Now, our sister testimony. Let me ask you, what have you learned during this lockdown, or can we say during this COVID-19 pandemic?
During this lockdown, I've learned a lot of things: drawing, graphics, still learning on how to develop my handwork, like plaiting hair, making beads, all those things. And also, I get enough time to study my Bible. I get enough time to get to interact with people, and some people that are like my friends. So in case if they're having any issue, I get to help them easily.
All right, we've heard it from her. She's learning bead making. She's learning fashion designing and so on and so forth. So it means that we can always take advantage of whatever situation we find ourselves. Now, I want to go personal. Now that you are home and you have much of your parents around you, let me start with the last person that spoke, which is a testimony. Can you describe your relationship with your parents now?
The truth is, me and my parents, we don't get close to each other. Both my mom and my dad. The same way I relate to my dad, the same way I relate to my mom. There's no difference. And during this COVID-19, it has not changed anything. Because during this COVID-19 period, my parents don't stay at home. They go out, they go to work, they're self-employed, they work, and I get to help them also. So relationship with them is not that close. It's just in the middle.
Thank you very much. Means that for testimony, status quo remain. Let us hear from other participants. Damilola, can you tell us what's your relationship with your parents now?
Well, I've always been close to my parents, but one thing I've noticed that changed is that they've stopped complaining a lot. Like, they stopped complaining that we sleep a lot, because now there's nothing for us to do besides sleeping, and besides learning other things, they've given us more time to mingle and to socialize. Like, most of the time, if they want to embark on business ventures, they just discuss with themselves. But now they call us and Dami, I'm trying to enter this what's your opinion, what's that? So even though I was close to them before the pandemic, I feel like I'm getting closer to them.
Thank you very much. And can we also hear from you? What does your relationship look like with your parents?
Okay, so I've always been close to my mom. My mom and I were like best friends. She's my best friend because I talk to her about everything. And now she sees things from my own perspective. Not like she complains about every other thing I do. She comes to me and asks me, why did I do this? Do I have a particular reason for doing this? We talk to each other, we relate more. But my dad, it hasn't really changed because he still goes to work. He still has other things to do, feeding the family, paying some bills and things like that. So I believe that I'm closer to my mom than my dad, but then the closeness is still there.
Thank you very much. Victoria, what do you think your parents should do differently? Given the answers that your colleagues have just mentioned, what do you think they should do differently at this period of lockdown or sitting at home for you?
Okay, so first of all, during this lockdown, my parents, the familiarity between us have increased a lot. Like, so the closeness has now the gap has been they are familiar with us now. So I and my siblings and I, they have become so overprotective, and they've strict us into their shell. Like, they don't give us any sort of freedom again. Like, normally before this lockdown, school was the only excuse for us to leave the house. So now that this lockdown, no more school. I just around our parents, don't go anywhere. And now I have to do this and I have to do that. So I really wish that if they could at least understand that, okay, like I, for example, I've grown to some extent. Yeah, I'm a young adult, so I can take care of some things myself. There are some things I can go to that I can take care of myself and I can come back to. So they don't really have. If I wish they could really give me some space, like my own privacy and stuff like that.
All right, thank you very much. According to her, too much of everything is bad. Too much of attention is bad. She cut them some slack. Let them have some little freedom to do things at their own pace. And then Mr. Pelumi, everybody has been complaining how government is handling this pandemic. What do you think you can advise government? If you are in the position to advise government, how can you advise government to do something differently in the way they are handling the pandemic?
The way they are handling the pandemic. I think that personally, I don't think the government has done a bad job in handling this pandemic.
Okay.
But those days, maybe just increase the skill of the operation, have deep thoughts before taking any actions. Time should not let us open schools. We shouldn't permit people to enter crowds. Just provide more knowledge, create awareness, and provide infrastructure. Give provisions to those who do not have provisions. And that's all.
Thank you very much. And then second to the last question I'm going to be asking us, every one of you will have to answer this question and you tell me why your answer is A or B. I want to ask you, starting from Stephanie, is this pandemic a blessing or a curse?
I'll go for both, and I'll be looking at other people's perspective. For those people that are poor, they have been going on hunger strike, and again, the government needs to improve on the sharing of food and other stuff. And for the blessing part, like everything happens for a reason. And I won't say that God give us this thing just because of He wants to curse us on anything, but I'm just grateful for what He has brought to us.
Okay, testimony, your answer.
For me, during this pandemic, it has a lot of disadvantages than advantages. So for me, this is a cause. The reason why I say so is because during this pandemic, many abuses have been taking place. When we talk about sexual abuse now, people living with their uncle, mostly news now is that a man, a 50-year-old man, rape a 2-year-old girl and then get life imprisonment because of no more no more space for them again. You see mothers leaving their child with the uncle, not knowing what is going on, and then when you see the parent at home, they just lock up their child. They don't even allow their child to interact, even some parents, for them to even allow their child to use their phone, they have to be there. Not like as if the child is doing anything bad. Even if the child wants to pray, they always monitor the child. And when we talk about learning some skills, not all parents can afford it, and people want to learn from their friends. Now that they've already said that this lockdown should still be going on, so how will they manage to learn if they cannot afford it? So it's a cost for me.
Okay, Victoria, what's your own response?
Okay, for me, I'll say it's a cause because the blessing, the cost part far outweighs the blessing part to me, because I'm in my final year in secondary school, so I'm supposed to be writing my WAEC exams. I'm supposed to have done my graduation and everything like that. Like all my plans for this year were shattered already for that because of this pandemic. So I could not write my WAEC. I'm just hanging there. Like I can no longer interact with my friends. My social life is scattered right now, and well, yeah, to me it's a cause.
Right. Thank you. Damilola.
Well, the advantage and the disadvantage is both an advantage and a disadvantage. It's an advantage in terms of the closeness between my parents and I, especially my mom. The way we relate with each other, we act like sisters. Though we argue, we fight, yes, but then the way she normally handles things before is different from the way she's handling things now. We talk to each other about everything. And then to the disadvantage, it is a disadvantage because of most people are hungry, they don't have where to go. Some people are even homeless right now. Normally you go to, some people earn daily income, like go to the market, get some income, but now everybody's just at home, nothing to do. Some people are just hungry. And then in terms of um, Zoom classes, the internet classes, some people are doing internet class. Yes, I do the internet class, Zoom classes. Yes, from Monday to Friday, I do 3 hours classes. But some, they don't have the resources like data. They don't have money to buy data. Where would they get the phone? Where would they get the? We even have to pay before we can have Zoom classes. Like pay 20,000 naira each month before we can have Zoom classes. But I just feel for other people, some other people, because they don't have the resources to do the classes, and it means that they are losing in a very large way.
Thank you very much. And then, Mr. Damilola.
Well, like she said, to some people it's good and to some people it's bad. But to me personally, it's both because advantage because it has given me a lot of time to reflect and think about what I want to do in my life. It has given me a lot of time to pick up some skills that will be useful, even though they're not in line with my course. At least they may be useful. In this type of country we are, it's always good to pick up a new skill. And the part where the disadvantage or the cost is that it has also delayed a lot of some of my life processes. Like I'm supposed to have finished with what my school by June, and this is July, and we don't even know when we're going to resume. And it has like kind of made me lazy because I remember back in school I was begging God, Father, please give me 1 month, I will finish all my syllabus, this and that. But when I got home 3 months after, I have not finished anything. So to me, it's both a blessing and a curse.
Thank you very much. Variety. People see things in different way, and then you've had it. Some people look at it at the point of view of being bad, being a curse, or a blessing. Some people look at it being both. But finally, I would like to ask the participant 30 seconds each. How will you advise the teenagers and Nigeria going forward?
Since I'm sure a lot of people see this as having like it has had an effect on them negatively, but the best thing I can tell them is to turn the negatives into positives. You have free time, use your free time to do something, learn skills that will help you cope during this period, and also learn skills that will help you when the period is over.
Thank you. And then Stephanie.
For me, I'll advise the things to think in different perspective because everybody is saying Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that, everybody is being unemployed and everything. So I would like them to think in different perspective and think in a way that they can earn more income and everything, they can help themselves.
All right, thank you. Testimony.
For me, I would advise the teens and the youth at large that they should get occupied with skills that will make them to still have more knowledge on other things, because during this pandemic a lot of people have lost their job and a lot of people there's no source of income, but this is not the end of the world.
All right, Victoria.
Okay, so for me, I would advise my fellow students to take advantage of this opportunity that COVID-19 has given us to just stay at home, to read, and not only read but try to learn skills, because everything happens for a reason, so we just have to take advantage of it. We cannot just relax at home, sleep, wake up, watch TV and all those things. We have to do something meaningful with our time. We can learn skills, we can find out our hidden talents, what we are good at. We can work on it now more than ever. It's the chance to do things.
All right, thank you, Victoria. And Damilola.
Well, I'll advise teens to be patient. These times will pass. The way Ebola came and went, the way Lassa fever came and went. But during this time right now, we should be able to learn some skill. No skill is too little during this period. Anything that is worth doing at all is worth doing well. So you should put your best into anything you are learning, because one day it will be useful and you need it, and it will bring you a lot of good things and good advantages.
And then Damilola.
Well, the first thing I want to advise things that most youths they don't believe in this COVID, but I'm saying it again, COVID is real. We should learn to take preventive measures and learn to listen to our parents and the government, and we should learn to get closer to the people, to hire people, like get closer to our parents, and we should also learn to get closer to God, because we keep complaining that Nigeria is bad, but seeing that we have an opportunity, we youth, we have an opportunity to learn, and we have this time to do a lot of things, we should really emphasize on this time, and we should really make good use of this time.
Thank you very much, everybody. You've spoken wonderfully. And one thing I want us to know, from me to everybody, is that crisis will always come. But anytime you see crisis, look around you, you have opportunities. We should not dwell on the negative. Let us see the positive in whatever situation we find ourselves. And I will close by saying that in anything you do, make sure you keep moving. If you cannot run, jump. If you cannot jump, walk. If you cannot walk, I say just crawl. At the end of the day, we will get to our destination and we'll be happy for it. Thank you very much from the Teens Corner, and to everybody in Grace City, we want to say happy 14th anniversary. God bless you all. Thank you very much.